deal with the revenue? What have you done with the revenue, even as a federal government? What have you done with the revenue? You are spending 39 billion to change the name of ICC from what it was to the name of the president. You are buying private jets. You are awarding billions of naira to your deputy, to the office of the first lady. What have you done differently? Nothing to show for it.
Yeah,
nothing.
Let me interject you. You know that the Northerners, for example, one of the grounds we have against the president is that he's concentrating more projects in Lagos, not even in the Southwest. They say there are a lot of appointments who are Lagos-based, so they feel the allegation is that Lagos is being Good day. We're here again. It's the Atlantic Discuss State of the Nation. Every Friday, that's what we do. But so much is happening in Nigeria. We've spoken about coalition, party tolerance, so much is happening. And it does look like the ADC, they are complaining that anywhere they try to have a meeting, they try to get a gathering, the police in cohort with the ruling party always disrupt them. And the last major one was in Lagos. We know we had one incident in Kebbi, we've had in Kaduna, just to name a few. But just last week in Lagos, Badiwo Road Vive, the former Guba aspirant of the Labour Party, who was going to the camp to the ADC, had an event, a declaration event, and there were issues. So we're still trying to get to the bottom of it. The APC has said their own, that the gentleman is playing to the gallery. The gentleman has showed us evidence of destruction, how the police in cohorts with thugs went inside a church, which of course is clear violation. I mean, with a lot of evidence and all that. Now, someone like Malam Nasir El Rufai has even written to the Police Service Commission. He wrote against members of the police force who he thinks have violated their oath of office, and they're working in cohorts with the APC, just to cause mayhem and make life unbearable. So to trash out all these issues, I brought in somebody that knows about it, a Lagosian that is from Alimisho. He has run public office. He's not the new person on Atlantic Discuss. His name is Ife Salako. Ife Salako, welcome to Atlantic Discuss State of the Nation.
Good evening.
Nice to have
you. It's good to be here, Mr. Ade Balogun.
Yeah. We'll miss you. Quickly, before we even start talking about all this thing, are you in Labour Party or ADC? Are you in Labour Party or ADC?
I expected that. Anyway, I'm still a member of the Labour Party. As of today,
okay.
I am still a member of the Labour Party.
But you're part of the coalition.
Yes, I mean, a whole lot of us are quite, leaning towards the political ideology of His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. So if Peter Obi says he's part of the coalition, you know that one way or the other, we are saying that we are also part of the coalition. So I don't have a problem with a coalition. Coalition is not merger. Coalition is a group of parties coming together and saying that let's work together on a particular platform. It doesn't mean that we are going to jettison our party or just leave our party and migrate to another party. What it means is that we want to be part of this party. We want to remain in our party, but we also want to work with other parties to for a common goal. And the common goal is for us to find a way to rescue this nation from the hands of the people that are, sending the nation into the dungeon. So we would not open our eyes and let that continue. So if it will take us to come together as a coalition and to make this work, why not? I believe it's for the good of the nation, and so I am, kind of in support of the coalition.
Okay, fair enough. I know you ran for House of Rep for Alimisho local government in 2023. Are you going to run again?
Yes, I mean, we're going to give it a shot again.
Mm-hmm.
We're planning to, run for the same House of Rep, in
Okay.
Alimisho. Come 2027,
Mm-hmm.
we want to see if we can do it differently. I mean, Alimisho, being the biggest local government, has been deprived of proper representation at the National Assembly. Our reps, hardly pass or make any bill on behalf of the people. They hardly have, town hall meetings. They hardly consult with the people, with the stakeholders on ground. And of course, we won't blame them because the party, the platform of the party at which they get to those places don't believe in the people. They are a politics-oriented party, the party that would do everything to just wrestle power, and they put the people at the back end of, their, whatever they are doing. So if they get to that kind of place on that kind of platform, they won't think of the people. So for this reason, we think that we can change the narrative. We can do it better. We can make the people feel a proper representative at the National Assembly. So we'll give it a shot again in 2027.
Okay, so why I invited you today, it's about what happened, the issue with Badibor Rose.
Valuable, yes.
Yeah, because it took place in Alimisho. I know it's your base. You have business there, not just one, numerous businesses. You're a politician, you're a grassroots guy. I know the traditional rulers there, they come to your function despite threats from, I know they can't do it for others, but they do it for you. So you are grounded there. So I expect that some level of openness and unbiased, from your point of view. So what really happened to the best of your knowledge in Alimisho?
Well, so what happened is not far from what we expected from the APC camp. The APC is known for intimidation, for violence, for rigging of election. And like I said before, the party and the system and the people who hold offices in that party, they don't believe in people-oriented, politics. They believe, in the politics that is favorable to them at the upper echelon. And so, because they now see, they are scared. That is what happened. The APC is scared. They are scared of the ADC. They are scared of the coalition. And so when Gbadebo decided that he was going to make this announcement, and he planned it in a very big way. He wanted the presence of His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, and a couple of notable people in the coalition to be there, including His Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, to be at the event. And when they saw that people were ready to make this event the type that they probably had not seen before in Alimisho, they got scared. And they realized that if they allowed the events to hold, it would be obvious of the fact that they don't actually own the grassroots as they claim to. I keep saying it. The day the system allows for free and fair election in Lagos and every other part of Nigeria, that is when we would know that the APC, right, does not have the 100 of the followership, in Nigeria politically. What they have is a group of people that are thugs that can intimidate, low-thinking people that they can influence to say, go and meet these people. And they instigate them with religious and tribal, rhetorics and say, go to these people. This person is Igbo. They want to take over your land. And these young guys too, they don't know better. And so when I see them coming out to destroy things, coming out to fight for this thing, I pity them more because they don't realize that they are just tools in the hands of this evil politician. These people, these same people are the ones that are making life unbearable for you and your family. They are the ones that are not making you and your family have proper access to, health services. They are denying your children from proper education. They are denying you from proper security. They are not providing power. Your roads are bad. And you think that once they tell you that, some people are Igbo or some people are from this tribe, go and attack them. They are that set of people. So they use them. So it is the same victim. The people they are attacking are even a better victim than the ones that actually attack them. The attackers are worse victims than the people they are attacking because the people that are attacking, the attackers or the attackers rather, right? They don't understand that they are being used. But the people they are attacking know better than them. So what happened in Alimisho is a clear case of APC being scared of AGC and the coalition. They are scared of Gbadebo Roadvival because they have seen what he has put and what he can do if election were to be free and fair. If there is a way we can defend it, they know that there is no way they are going to win Gbadebo Roadvival. So they are scared. And in order for this, for their, lapses not to be obvious, they would want to come out, with their form of intimidation and all. So Gbadebo Roadvival paid for a venue. And when they got to know, they sent the police to take over the place. He made arrangements for another venue, which was a church compound, right? These same people came there to destroy speakers, engines. They even stole an amplifier of the church away, destroyed vehicles that were there, that conveyed the people there, destroyed a whole lot of things inside the church compound. They moved to another place. They still found a way to sort that out until they got to the fourth place, which was an hall, a hall where they now had to hold the event eventually and they let things go. Why in the first place, you are a ruling party, you have the upper hand, and you do not want any other party to have a say. They don't want it. They are scared. It's not even the fact that they know that they do not have anything to offer the people. And so anybody who can make the people see the alternative and see the options that are available to them, they try to use, thuggery and intimidation to turn them and to scare them away. And that's all they have done. The APC party is a failed party and they are scared of every other party. I tell you, AA. If AA conducts run election against APC and the election is free and fair, APC will lose. Wow. I can tell you for free. But the only thing they have are two things: thuggery and, of course, propaganda of religion and their tribe. And that's what they have used. And you see, those things can only attract a few set of people who don't know better. And I bet you, Nigerians are enlightened. Nigerians know better. So APC cannot even buy everybody. They can't. And that's why they resort to, violence.
Wow. Okay, so in 2023, during the election, there were thuggery-related issues, especially during the gubernatorial election. It was worldwide. Everybody, there's no need to be diplomatic about it. We were all embarrassed. And now we have another election around the corner, 2027. The campaign has started early, so it does look like there's really nothing happening but politics right now. So with the feelers, what you have seen in Lagos and all that, are you guys on your part of the divide, knowing fully well the volatility of the state, your local government, for example? How do you intend to, cope with this level of violence going into the next election? Because it doesn't look like it will stop. I mean, are you depending on the police? Very much mentioned self-help or nobody has monopoly of violence. But going forward, how do you intend to counter this? Because my point is that we all want free and fair election. Do you foresee a free and fair election in this environment? How do you think your party, whichever party you work with at the end of the day, will make that happen?
Well, so for the violent part, there are some strategies that some of us are already working on. It's not something I can divulge on, but in reality, even before the Saturday event, we already are conscious of it, and we're already making plans. Saturday was for us to see, how they are going to react to this. And I can assure you, when next we're going to have any event like that, number one, we're not going to lose the venue. Number two, we're going to hold the event. Number three, no thug will be able to attack anybody. That's one I can assure you. So we have done the test run, and we have seen that they have not repented from the 2023, toxic, campaign and all of the, the violence approach that they use. Going forward, we will not allow it happen.
Okay. So in the last 2 weeks, I've been talking to people all over the country because I think my last guest was from Jigawa State. So we're looking at state of the state, even though the program is state of the nation. Because the president did mention that now states are getting more funds and there's enough funds to go around. The gentleman in Jigawa said, well, the governor pays salary and they don't see any other thing. In Lagos State, have you seen, has governance been taken to another level? At least has poverty been ameliorated? How do you rate the situation in Lagos State today, the level of governance?
So, first of all, if you say, the state governors, even the local government, that they are getting more money than they were getting before, at what value? At what rate? Let's say a local government, for example, if the local government was getting 200 million before, and now they are getting 500 million because of right? Do you know the value of that 200 million as at the Nigeria that we are today now is still far better than the 500 billion that you are giving them, or 500 million that you are giving them rather. And that's the reality. You come around to say you are giving people more money, but you have devalued the naira. You have devalued the economy such that even the money you are giving them does not have, it cannot even do what was done before with the initial value that they were getting. We are just in a circle. We're just going round and round in a circle. So if they go about to say, they are giving states money, to what end? I mean, that's not to say that, even with what the states were getting before, that they could not do better with it. I mean, we have a case of a governor, Yaya Bello, who is accused of over 80 billion naira in his custody. That does not include the millions of dollars that he went to deposit in arrears for his children in abroad. One governor, that is just one governor, and that is the amount that could be traced. This person is walking free. We are still, and on his birthday, the federal government celebrated him. So we are a nation that celebrates criminality. So if we continue to do that, no matter the amount we give these governors, it's still going to be squandered. You claim that you are giving governors money, and of course they are not. I've not seen anything special in Lagos. Nothing special. I mean, that is not to say that Lagos is not even meant to be compared with any other state in this country. Considering what Lagos is supposed, you see, Lagosians are the children of a billionaire that are living like the children of a thousandaire. The children of that is what Lagos is. If we go by what Lagos is worth, There shouldn't be any road in this Lagos today, right? Considering, and I'm saying that from the last 24 years, going to 25 years now, that there shouldn't be any road in this Lagos that is not tarred. Lagos by now should be providing its power and probably lending power to other neighboring states. That is the worth of Lagos. But what are we getting? A 10-year-old blue rail, there is a road, Lagos Badagry Express Road in this Lagos. That road has been on for over 20 years. As of today, the road is not done. What are we saying? So, for me, I'm not expecting any change. I'm not expecting any miracle. I'm not expecting anything from either the local government or the state government, because the reality of it is from the value. I strongly believe, that the job of the government is to make the money, right, in the people's hand and even in the government, purse, valuable, not to put more money in people's hands. The APC government, their understanding of governance is to just pump money out there. They don't even have measures to even follow up on this money if they are being used judiciously. It's not a problem. But they just believe that they must just push money out there, things are just going to work miraculously. No, it's not going to work. If you like, give each state 1 trillion naira. If you still continue to have the same set of people, and even you at the top, what are you doing with the revenue? What have you done with the revenue, even as a federal government? What have you done with the revenue? You are spending 39 billion to change the name of ICC from what it was to the name of the president. You are buying private jets. You are awarding billions of naira to your deputy, to the office of the first lady. What have you done differently? Nothing to show for it.
Yeah, but
nothing.
Let me interject a bit. You know that the Northerners, for example, one of the grounds they have against the president is that he's concentrating more projects in Lagos, not even in the Southwest. They say then a lot of his appointments who are Lagos-based. So they feel the allegation is that Lagos is being overwhelmingly compensated undeservedly.
What has the federal government done in Lagos? They painted Third Mainland Bridge and put street lights there. Right? Then they awarded the moribund project that they will not finish in the next 30 years. The same Lagos Ibadan Expressway project, they call it Coastal Road, right? That road is not going to finish in the next 20 years unless another government comes into power and begin to harness our resources and use it for what it's meant to do. But with this APC government of what Yoruba call Apakme, you make money, everybody share. You spend small for the people, everybody share the remaining. It's not going to be ready in the next 30 years. That road is never going to be ready. But guess what? They did a 30 kilometer of that road and they launched it. They launched it, a 30 kilometer. They launched it. It wasn't even up to 30 kilometers, but they call it 30 kilometers. But they launched it. So when we say, that the Northerners are saying that what has he done in Lagos? The 30 kilometer road from Babish to Eleko. Is that what he has done for Lagos?
But what about appointments? All the Lagosians getting appointments,
Exactly. Of course. You see, I'm going to say this, and it may sound funny.
Go ahead. I mean, it's a no-holds-barred interview.
I do not even blame Tinubu for appointing everybody from Lagos. Because, the reality, for every president that we have had in this country, all of them have been biased in their appointments. Buhari was. Let's not deceive ourselves. Buhari was. Jonathan gave open doors for the likes of Desiani and Co. to embezzle. right? So for every tenure, there has been people just naturally gravitate towards their people. It's not right. If we want to see, there's that thing. There's no. We don't have to. We have a law that does not really solidify this. We just have somewhere written that we should reflect federal character. No, see, federal character. I am a Nigerian, right? If anybody appoints me, am I not part of the federation? So would you say the person has jettisoned federal character? Let's state it in our law. Oh, if you are a president, you must appoint from each region. We have 6 political zones, right? You must appoint, all your appointments must be equal for each of the geopolitical zones in Nigeria. Or if you want to say, oh, maybe one zone is more than the other zone, let's put a number to it. Maybe 10 in this zone, 8 in this zone, 7 in this zone. Let's agree. That's where we know that there is a law. And if the president breaks the law, we know what to do. We can tell the National Assembly, the president has broken the law. Please, impeach him. But there is no law that stops anybody, any president that's today in Nigeria to appoint anybody. So if Tinubu likes, he go and appoint everybody from body loan. Nobody can do anything about him. Nothing is stopping him. So let's be fair to ourselves. Everybody knows I don't like Tinubu, but the North must understand that if we as a Nigeria, it's not only the North, we as Nigerians must understand that if we allow, incompetence, if we allow irregularity in one part or approve it for one person, we must be ready to approve it for another person or allow it with another person. So if we're not going to allow it at all, let's call it out for everybody. And let's put a law to it and say, no, you cannot appoint more than 5 people from Southwest. You cannot appoint more than 5 people from Northwest. You cannot appoint more than, and it is a law. And that is where we cannot have a reflection of federal character. So for me, if Tinubu likes, he should go to his club and appoint all the boys there and bring them to Aso Rock. No, nothing anybody can do about it. There is no law stopping him from doing that. Let's put the law and let's stop any other president from doing such.
All right. So, clearly it's Turn by Turn Nigeria Limited, like we always say. So that nobody should fault that. I agree with you. Every president patronized their ethnic stuff. Okay, let's go to Mr. Peter Obi now, your principal. Before I go to Mr. Peter Obi, who is the chairman of Labour Party today as we speak, the national chairman?
According to INEC,
according to
still Abu.
I like
yes. It. No, according to INEC, it is still Abu. And but of course, internally in the party, a whole lot of the leadership of the party are not pleased with the leadership of Abure, whose tenure has expired, and one way or the other, he found himself back into office, and everybody is not pleased with that, and people want him out, and of course, everybody is gravitating towards Senator Nenadi, right? But in reality, there was a local government election in Lagos, and yes, there was a Nenadi faction, and there was the Abure faction. Guess who the electoral body attended to? It is the Abure's faction.
Oh wow!
So unfortunately, INEC, who is the umpire of this whole electoral system, is still gravitating towards Barrister Abure. But then until that is resolved, because I thought that after the Supreme Court judgment, that INEC was going to stop recognizing Abure as the chairman of the party. But unfortunately, till today, Abure is still the recognized person. If that changes tomorrow, we're all well and good.
Okay. Because I read some interviews some days back where there's a guy called Arabambi, I'm sure you know him, he said the Labour Party would never give his presidential ticket to Peter Obi, and the guy is to Labour Party the way Wike is to PDP. You understand? So, I mean, he said Peter Obi would never get, and I know he's not the kind of person Peter Obi would probably want to associate with. So, if Labour Party clearly is not going to give it to him, so the chances are that, well, since he's part of the coalition, he has to find a way around the ADC coalition.
Permit me to say that Arabambi, even if he's going to be a delegate at the Labour Party convention, he only has one vote. And I don't think Arabambi has that clout to stop other people from voting Peter Obi at the convention. Arabambi does not have the sole, power or responsibility to stop Peter Obi from becoming Labour Party presidential candidate. He does not have the capacity. So he may have his growls against, Peter Obi and all, but he does not have the capacity to this. It's just like, some aggrieved member of APC saying now that, because I am aggrieved now, Tinubu will not get ticket of APC. You don't have the capacity to do that. You may be whatever you are in the party. You don't have the delegates at the end of the day will determine who the presidential candidates will be. And you, even if you're part of the delegates, you only have one vote. So please, let's leave Araba.
Okay. So the coalition as it is today, what we've heard from Bolaji Abdullahi and most of the core people from Amechi, Peter Obi, Atiku, Malam Nasiru, Senator Tambuwal and co, what the recurring decimal there is that we have all agreed to work together, so that means that whatever happens, Peter Obi, Atiku, Tambuwal, all those people are going to coalesce and work together under the umbrella of ADC. So my question is, I read a lot of what you tweet, right? And I do the same thing with people of the obedient cadre. And I say a lot of Obi or nothing. You understand? So in ADC, for example, now, if Peter Obi does not, if you ask me, I don't think, how should I put it? Okay, let me rephrase it. If Peter Obi does not get the presidential ticket of ADC, what's going to happen? What's your take on that? Should he gets a VP, a running mate not, we probably say an article. Do you think the obedience should support that? Or you are still Obi or not?
So for me, at the moment, it is still Obi
or
nothing for me at the moment, because I strongly believe that among the top runner for the office of the president in Nigeria right now, Peter Obi is still the one who has the compassion, and who has the understanding, and of course, who is the I would say the one that is not corrupt, but let's say the least corrupt of them all. And the one who really, really has made effort to understand the state of Nigeria and see how we can work it. What the present government is all about, taking from the people and not giving back. Tax. And that is not the way to build a nation. You can't tax a nation to success. You can't tax it. You have to build infrastructure. You have to build, the economy. You have to make what's it called now? And make it the environment conducive for the people to do business. So if you don't do that, there's no way the country is going to grow. And I have seen that Peter Obi understands this thing. He is someone that has committed his life to making Nigeria better. So to a large extent, it's still Peter Obi or nothing for me. And coming to ADC, I will really, really hope that the ADC would give their tickets to Mr. Peter Obi. And I would also really, really hope that His Excellency, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, steps down for Mr. Peter Obi, because in reality, this whole coalition talk is between Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar. If any other person gets the ticket, the person is just that means APC has won. That's automatically what it means. But if we have a situation where Alhaji Atiku Abubakar looks at it and says, okay, I have tried for this country, I've been vice president, I have tried to be president, but it seems not to be coming my way, right? At this point, I am going to be 80, in next year or by 2027, right?
81,
so what else am I?
81.
81, right? So if I'm going to be all of this, let me just allow, someone else who has been there for me to support him. So if Atiku literally throws his weight behind Peter Obi, it is Tinubu is gone. Before 12 noon of the day of election, Tinubu is out. So it is between the two of them, and I'm still praying. In fact, I am seriously praying and hoping that there is a truce between Peter Obi and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. And once that is done, we'll know where we are going.
My guest last week from Jigawa, Waisu Idris, he said that he thinks Atiku at the top of the ticket will be as running mate is the winning ticket for ADC. And I asked him, and I'll tell you what he said. He said that at the last election, they both had 6.1, one had 6.2, one had 6.8. That is a tested formula that when they were in 2019, when they ran together, that they actually won the election, that there was some manipulations and all that. But he said, but with what they both had separately, that if in 2023 they work together, they will have won. You understand? And he feels that it's a tested ticket. So what am I saying is that, okay, if at the end of the day they have primaries, a free and fair primaries, and Atiku wins, and maybe Obi comes second, and Atiku names Obi's running mate, and Peter Obi tell, look, obedient guys, we've done a free and fair election. Let's work with this guy, or let's be patriots. We can't win everything. I'm VP. I will be president eventually. We just have to deliver and all that. Will that be enough to persuade the obedient to support the Atiku Obi ticket? All right.
Okay, yeah. So Atiku winning the primaries and Obi coming out to, I don't think the obedience will really buy it, no matter what Obi says. Let me tell you what the obedience are. The obedience are people who believe in Obi, not believe in that. They don't believe in Atiku. They don't believe in. They don't even believe in Obasanjo. They don't believe in.
Okay.
Obedience are people who believe in Obi. And when Obi is not at the end of the affair, and so I don't think the Obi. I mean, some people at the end of the day, they say, okay, he said, let's just follow him. But I tell you that a whole lot of people who are obedient are going to back out of the whole equation, right? And he may really, really, go the way of Tinubu again. I see the way I say it, and I'm sure a whole lot of people who are obedient or who are just, passive voters, the way they see it is that there's no difference between Tinubu and Atiku. They see them to belong to the same ideology, the same generation and all, Atiku does not have the qualities that make obedience gravitate towards Peter Obi. The quality of a man who would rather not waste government money, who would rather deny himself of luxury just to save government money. Atiku does not have that quality. Atiku is the one who was selling government properties to his friends at cheap rates. So there is an ideology that the obedience are following. It is a nationalistic ideology. It is not the ideology of, we just want to win election. I can tell you for free that the obedience, right, would wait 10 years, 20 years to get either Obi or somebody with Obi's ideology into office. than to support any other person.
Okay, so
I mean,
yeah, let's move forward now. I mean, okay, so Obi gets a ticket. I mean, I've told people also that I won't be surprised if an article gets to convention ground that said, okay, for all it is worth, I will step down. Blah, blah. It's not impossible, but then those are just postulations and all that. But in the
absolutely.
case, yeah, in assumptions, yeah, in the case where an Obi gets the ticket of ADC, who is your preferred vice presidential candidate to be the running mate, so to say?
Well, I mean, that's a very tough thing.
Yeah,
That's a very,
I know why
that's
I'm
a very.
asking you. So yeah.
So here is my own.
I mean, from
My
Obi or nothing, we are now okay. Now Obi has it. You
yes,
understand?
yes,
And he has to pick
yes.
an alternate, clearly.
Here is what I my
Mm,
own calculation.
mm,
As I've said earlier, I hope Atiku shows his weight behind Peter Obi. And when he does, I would also believe that the vice presidential slot should be given to him honorarily. I.e., if Atiku supports Peter Obi, he should be the one to provide, his
running mate.
favored, presidential candidate, vice presidential candidate for Peter Obi, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. But aside that, I don't have an idea for now.
Okay.
I don't have.
But politically, I mean, based on what we see today, if Obi gets the ticket, it's either picking a Tambuwal or an El-Rufai. I mean, that's what it looks like. We're not.
Maybe.
Yeah. So who would you rather?
It's not even the way El-Rufai has been romancing him in recent past.
That's why I'm asking.
Holding his hand up and down like the new bride in town.
Yeah. I know a lot of you obedience don't like Malam Nasiru, but there's some very pragmatic people that believe that that's Peter Obi's best bet. That even when it comes to governance, the level of sagacity.
I was in Kano, early this year, and I had different conversations with people on the street of Kano. And at some point around that time, I think I still had that tweet on my, I posted, Atiku and Peter Obi, and I asked that, what do people think about these two as running mates? I posted El-Rufai rather, Peter Obi and El-Rufai. Now, what do people think? A lot of people, came for me and like, what rubbish is this? Effective? You cannot be saying this. Don't say this. Don't say that. But I just used it as a testing ground. I'm not a fan of Malam El-Rufai at all, not in any way. I'm not his fan. I don't fancy him. I don't like his political ideology. I don't like the fact that he's kind of extreme, in some of the things that he has done in the past, But then, sometimes politics is politics. But why I may not be really concerned about the position of the vice president is that the vice president is usually like a ceremonial position in Nigeria. So it doesn't really matter.
As long as Peter Obi gets a ticket, yeah.
As long as Peter Obi is the president, I know that. See, do you know what you are doing? Sometimes, we hear people say, if Peter Obi was there, he said he's going to remove subsidy. What would he have done differently? A lot. Peter Obi will not buy private jets. Peter Obi will not approve 25 billion, another 5 billion, and another 5 billion for just one vice presidential lodge.
It will lead by example, is what you're saying, right?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Example, will not be to of the world every 6 months when people are dying in Nigeria. Let's face reality. So we know the person we are standing for. We know the person we are saying that this is the right person to lead us for now.
All right. We're pressed for time. I have one more question for you. You are in Alimisho right now. A lot of your businesses are in Alimisho. I know you have Badon. You are always opening a new store. I know you're also a movie director. You're a politician. You are so many things. You're an entrepreneur, so to say. Are you worried about your security?
I am. I mean, I get a lot of threats every now and then, threats to life, threats to this and that. I'm worried about my security. And of course, I'm doing the little I can to protect myself. But at the end of the day, it's only God that can protect anybody.
Absolutely.
But I must say this, because you have talked about security, I must say this, that one of the things that I am absolutely sure of is that no matter the situation, if you think, oh, because Ife is booked out today, blah, 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 and you take me out, there will be 1,001 Ifes tomorrow that you will not be able to kill. That's the reality. That's the fact. There are people that have been more vocal, way more vocal. A Wole Soyinka took a gun to a radio station to go and, hold the presenter hostage. What have I done? I don't know what have I done? So there's been people in the past. There will be people like me now. There will be more people like me in the future. It's not going to ever end. There are people that are going to stand for truth, no matter what the situation is. They would rather die saying the truth than to compromise. So we're trying all we can to protect ourselves. All. Our lives in the hands of God.
Thank you so much, Ife Salako. Yes, he was an aspirant for House of Rep in Alimisho. He says he's running again. He has also said it's Peter Obi or nothing. AD should do their due diligence if they want to.
Yes, so we told PDP to give Peter Obi that time. They refused. Now, so ADC should not make the same mistake PDP made.
Interesting times ahead. And he has also said, if President Tinubu has shown any sign of nepotism, it is not his fault. That is what every Nigerian president does. It's done by Third Nigeria Limited. Now, even though states are getting double or in some cases triple the amount that was allocated in the past, that the value of the double money is not even as much as what it was years back. So it's a whitewash, so to say, according to it. So, Ife, thank you so much. Thank you for all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adebalogun.
Yeah,
God bless have a nice evening.
You too.
Yeah.
All right. We'll look forward to it. Okay, it's a wrap. See you all next week, Friday. Bye.